It's the Game Guys here. Actually, still just the Game Guy. Austin's still at home. It is still, well, Christmas just passed. New Year's is coming up. So I'm still kind of in that limbo week and therefore not at school and not with Austin at the moment. But I am back in Fallout 4. I am a little late with this video. It's a little late, but I wanted to enjoy the holidays and spend it with my family and everything. But as promised, this is the Railroad video. Now, I am not personally part of the Railroad. I actually, before I could do any of the missions for them, I screwed up and I let one of their missions fail, and so I wasn't able to do any of their quests. But I have the Fallout Survival Guide Vault Dwellers book, and I've looked at some of the quests, and they actually seem pretty cool. I'm actually really bummed. Before this video, I tried to talk with Desdemona, the leader of the Railroad, and tried to get back into the Railroad, maybe because I completed some of the main stories in Fallout, and I was thinking maybe she would help me out. But as you can see, nobody really likes me here, so like if I went and talked to this guy.
There.
Hey, get out of here.
Yeah, they don't like me. And if I go to talk to Desdemona...
You've done a great service to the Commonwealth. And if I bumped into you in Diamond City, I'd buy you a drink. But this is private property, so I'd appreciate it if you move out.
Yeah, see, and if I just...
But doesn't the railroad need help?
Always. But as the leader of the Minutemen, it gets complicated. Most of the people in the Commonwealth still hate synths. Arguably even more than they did. So it's safer for everyone if we keep our distance.
Right, so I mean, obviously it's a huge bummer that I can't be part of the Railroad, but as she said, I'm the leader of the Minutemen, so that comes with its own perks. But, so instead of this being a pros and cons, I can't really be much help there because I don't know the pros and cons because I haven't joined them. I am, however, going to do an information video today, just explaining what the Railroad is about and what their mission is. Every faction kind of has a mission. Brotherhood being preserve all technology. Minutemen being get America great again. And the Institutes being create a better life for everybody. And the Railroad is their mission or their idea of thinking, their way of thinking is all synths are living beings. Like, synths have feelings and synths can become, or not become, but they feel everything like a human does. And I see some of their points, like they're robots made to feel and made to be emotional and made to be just like a human, so why wouldn't they be a human? You know what I mean? Like, in the game, you can't tell a difference between a really high-level synth, a really highly developed synth, and a human. Some of them even get mistaken for humans, and some humans even mistaken for synths, and you see that when you go into Diamond City for the first time. There's a synth, or there's a two brothers fighting because one thinks the other's a synth, and the world hates synths, but these guys are the only people that seem to not hate them. So they're called the Railroad, and I can only think of one thing when I hear that, and I hear their mission and everything. I think of the Underground Railroad. They're kind of like a underground railroad for getting synths out of the Institute and getting them into the free world. And I hope that doesn't like cause me any trouble, but I think that is Soltron. That's what I think. I think they're called the Railroad because they're reminded of the Underground Railroad, and you can see in all the other like factions, like the Minutemen, they're representative of the Minutemen in 1776, and Brotherhood of Steel is obviously just a Fallout thing, but the railroad, I think, is kind of like the Minutemen
Hey, get out of
version of the Underground Railroad. The in-game version of the Underground Railroad is just getting synths into freedom and getting them out of their enslavement. I put air quotes around that. Enslavement in the Institute. And I really do think that there are these connections, especially with this lantern being that reminds me of Paul Revere and just about revolutionary times. And
You've done a great service.
yeah, so I think there's a lot of history behind this, or Fallout history at least behind this. Let's go check this
Minimizing
out.
communication with rogue element.
So I've heard a lot about this. This is Pam. I guess this is one of the robots for the railroad. I can't really be this informative about railroad because I don't know, but I'm doing my best here, guys. So yeah, they are hidden in underground. Another reference to the Underground Railroad. They are underground. I guess quite literally, they are the railroad. They are underground. They are the Underground Railroad. So they are located in Boston. I won't say where because that's actually one of the puzzles that you have to figure out to get to the railroad. To find them, or to become part of them, you actually have to find them. And I'm not going to spoil that for you guys. I'm just in their hideout and talking about them.
You've done a great
So
service
I
to the
think
common.
they're a very nice
Hey, get
faction to join. I wish I could have joined them, but I can't. They seem like they have some pretty cool missions, especially in this book. They don't like, however, if you kill synths, they don't like that. I actually did a
Hey, get
mission.
out of here.
I accidentally did a mission where I killed a bunch of synths that were not supposed to be killed, and that actually made me fail the mission. And then when I realized, hey, I want to actually go do something with the railroad, I was about 40 missions past where I failed, and I didn't feel like reloading all the way back there. But obviously they're still friendly towards me. Desdemona
You've
even
done a
said,
great service
you
to
know,
the
she'd buy me a drink and everything. I'm still friendly towards them. They're just not interested in my assistance or having me become part of the railroad, which I understand. You know, I can get that. And yeah, so I've got a couple more minutes here. In reality, I don't think there's much more I can talk about. There are obviously some negative things about the railroad.
Hey, get out of here.
Obviously, if you join the railroad, they are the opposite of the Institute. So if you have any wanting of being friendly with the Institute, you can't be with the railroad. Now, actually, if you want to be friends with the Institute, you're not going to be able to be friends with any of the other factions, because all the other factions hate the Institute. It's one of the things they have in common. But it is what it is. And Railroad, another fantastic faction to become a part of. I myself became part of the Minutemen, as you heard earlier, and I'm liking it so far, but I really wish I could have been part of the Railroad and done some of their missions, because the railway gun, excuse me, seems like it would be a pretty cool weapon to have, but now that I'm not part of them, I can't get it. So yeah, I've walked around their hideout about for the 10th time now, so I think you guys got a pretty good feel about what their hideout looks like. I know I've got it memorized in my brain for I'm gonna have it in there forever now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was Railroad and Fallout 4 information and getting to know the railroad. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all when I do the Institute, probably next week. I'm gonna work on getting it done next week, and probably I will try to get it done on time this time. I know this one was a little late, but I will try to get it done on time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this video helped you out. If you did like the video and it did help you out at all, please like and subscribe. If you think I could have done better, if you think of any pros or cons that I couldn't put in here, put them in the comments. I know this wasn't really a typical pros and cons, but I hope that did help you out on if you want to join the Minutemen or not, or the Railroad or not. I'm sorry. And please like, subscribe, comment. It will help me out become better at what I do. And alright, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, maybe. There it is. Bye.